double degree program, Bachelor of Engineering, Electrical Engineering, and Bachelor of Business Administration. Winner of the Lee Kuan Yew Gold Medal, IES Gold Medal, DBS Medal, NUSS Medal for Outstanding Achievement, NTUC Income Prize, Han Yi Cho.
The valedictorian for this ceremony is Mr. Han Yi Chao, who graduated with the double degrees of Bachelor of Engineering, Electrical Engineering with first-class honors, and Bachelor of Business Administration with first-class honors. He is the winner of the Lee Kuan Yew Gold Medal, IES Gold Medal, DBS Medal, NUSS Medal for Outstanding Achievement, and the NTUC Income Prize. He will now deliver his speech.
Member, NUS Board of Trustees, Mr. Edward De Silva, Managing Director, Agency for Science, Technology and Research, Dr. Raj Tempuran, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my greatest honor to be standing here before you representing the graduating class of 2013. I must admit, when I was first asked to give this speech, I panicked. I still am. The reason is because we are engineers. We are perceived to be more comfortable with numbers than words, with equations than sentences, with programming than giving speeches. So I actually considered framing my speech with equations, something like NUS ECE plus me equals happy memories. But of course not, that would be too cheesy. So rather than doing that, I would try to prove that engineers can still give good speeches by proceeding to deliver a boringly normal speech. So here I go. My fellow graduates, we are here today with different experiences, different challenges, and in pursuit of different dreams. We are unified, however, by our endurance, by our courage, and our enthusiasm. As I look around, I realize that this is going to be the last time where we gather together as classmates and undergraduates. And I have always disliked endings. But today is not a day for sadness, but rather a day for triumph and exuberance. Because today we finally say that all our hard work, all our late nights, and all our early mornings have finally paid off. And so to celebrate today, I would just touch on three aspects of our university lives: our environment, our educators, our classes, and our educators. Environment, classes, and educators. In case you haven't noticed, they form the acronym ECE. So let us first look back at our environment where we spent the past 4 years. We first entered university, stepping into MPSH to collect our matriculation cards. And there we saw a wide variety of laptops for sale and also a large number of booths set up by the various clubs. We were basically like kids in a candy store. Well, little did we know that over the next few years, we will return to those halls too many times to take our dreaded final exams. We were no longer kids. We grew up into adults, preparing for a future in the working world, a future that is now upon us. We also moved from the large auditoriums into smaller lecture halls where only ECE students gathered. And in this cozier setting, we grew closer to each other and also to our professors. We also stepped into the labs, initially very excited by all the equipment that we were seeing for the first time, but then slowly those labs became our second homes, and the oscilloscope became like our television. And we spent days and nights working in those labs on our EE 2001 project and our final year project. But, of course, everything has been worth it, because all our hard work has not been just to obtain a good grade, but also in the hopes of creating something that we can be proud of. And in the process, we understood that education is not just the grades, but also to learn that we can achieve something greater. Let's look at some of the classes that we have taken. Of course, we have all just completed the FYP, and the fact that we are here today, proud to receive our degree scrolls, is a testimony to the effort that we have put in. But let us not forget the progress that we have made. Still remember CS 1101C? A module where most of us were first exposed to programming and the endless nightmare of debugging codes. Oh, yuck. But of course, they were also important builders of a strong foundation that made subsequent learning of new computer languages that much simpler. How about EE 2012? Still remember that? Such a difficult module, and we always wonder how in the world does learning probabilities or random variables will ever be useful to an engineer. But of course, what do we know? It turns out that they are actually quite important. For example, in communications. And how about EE 2001? A module that most of us dread and try to map overseas during our exchange. Yeah, remember that. But for those of us who didn't, it turned out to be a truly rewarding experience where we felt like an engineer for the very first time as we designed and created a product that actually solves practical problems. But of course, all these classes are memorable because of the professors who taught them. They are the educators in our 4 years here in NUS ECE. Still remember how motherly Professor Low was when she taught the course on control systems? Or how about the jokes cracked by Professor Cole as he tried to make the difficult EE 2009 module more understandable and fun? Right. We all know, right? Life is difficult, lah. And of course, who can forget Professor Garg and his coin flipping experiments? You know, at the end of the semester, I lost so many coins from those experiments. But I also realized how much I have learned from his EE 2012 module. But of course, professors are not our only educators in our 4 years here. We learn as much from our friends as we did from our professors. Huddling together and studying for exams, we pooled our knowledge. Working together in groups for various projects, we learned that the sum is truly greater than the parts. And more importantly, having a friend to share our joys and sorrows helped us understand that no man is an island, and no man wants to be. And so at this point, I'd like to thank some of the friends who are very important to me in ECE. Elwin, Yihang, Kenny, Filbert, Kenneth, thank you for your support and encouragement these few years. And also a special shout out to all the staff in ECE office. Thank you for helping me with all my administrative issues over the past few years as well. Besides professors and friends, our families are also very important. And so on behalf of the graduating class, I would like to dedicate this moment of glory to all our parents for their unconditional love and unquestioning belief in us. Especially to my own beautiful parents, they always told me that I could be whoever I wanted to be and do whatever I wanted to do. Over these 26 years, I want them to know that the people who I most want to become are like them. And to my sister, thank you for your critical but always constructive feedback. And to my grandma, Paul, 我很幸运能够完成你的心愿，让你看到我毕业。我希望还有时间可以完成你的另一个心愿。You know what that means. In closing, I was told that as a valedictorian, I am supposed to bid farewell on behalf of the graduating class. But that is something that I cannot do. We may be graduating, but we will never truly leave NUS. All the friends that we have made here, the memories that we have created, they have all become a part of us and sources of strength that we can always tap on. The future will be challenging. One where we can no longer excuse our mistakes as part of a learning process. One we take on additional responsibility and accountability. And one where we become leaders and change makers. But no matter what the future holds, we will always know that our 4 years here in NUS ECE have provided us with relationships of value and keys to the world. And therefore, I cannot honestly say farewell. The best I can say is this: teachers, classmates, friends, until we meet again, have a pleasant journey in life. Thank you.